Welcome to the channel, Pain in the Patoot here with another task video for you. This one is for mechanic, and it's Gunsmith Part 10, which is for the modification of an AK-105. This is not a difficult one to do. There's lots of options, and I'll show you some of the options. But let's get started. So, of course, you need an AK-105. The other main thing that you cannot screw around with is the 60 round mag. There's only one mag in the game that will work, so you have to get one of those. You need a silencer, and I'll show you a couple of options. Sighting range of over 800, I'll show you a couple of options, but it means when it's over 800, that means no red dot and no iron sights. You have to have a small scope. Ergonomics above 38, it's 38 and above. Recoil less than 500, it's 500 and below. Does specify a weight, and when I first built this, I ran into an issue that I was above weight, and I found out by going through it that I had a full mag, 60 round mag of bullets. Once I dumped the bullets out of the mag, it hit the 4.8 kilograms, so we're good there. It does say compact 8 slots. This must be bugged because the only way to get it 8 slots is you have to fold it. I'm using unfolded guns and it's fine. So if they ever fix this, you may have to fold the gun to complete the task. Anyways, you see that I have it done, so I can turn it in. We'll just jump to the flea market, and you can see there's a big number of guns for sale. And it's not even on the page here to get to Prepor 3, as you can see. That's who you can buy it from cash, but you can see there's a lot of other options here and much cheaper. The big thing on the flea is remembering that this number has to be above 60. And also have a quick look. This looks complete, so I think that's okay. But you can get it for 10k less buying it off the flea. Okay. So let's jump to my gun. And you notice I have two completely different ways of completing the task, but both of them are good. So my point in doing it this way is to show you that there's numerous ways to complete this. You don't have to go with just one. Um, again, to be quick, I guess, you can just go and ask for a list of parts and everything's great. But I like to teach a fisherman to fish rather than feeding him, so maybe you can do some of these tasks on your own. Okay, so let's go through what we have here. Note the ergonomics 38. Ergonomics usually in these tasks are the toughest part to combat. One of the best ways to do that is by combating ergo by using pistol grips. And if I inspect this one, actually I will mod this one. You can see here that I'm at ergonomics 40. That's because I'm using the saw. The saw has basically plus 11 ergonomics, but if I was tight, by going to the AGS, I can gain 3 more points, 40 plus 3, go up to 43 on my ergonomics just by switching the pistol grip. Now, scopes have a negative impact on ergonomics. Usually stocks have a positive effect on ergonomics. Pistol grip or foregrips can boost ergonomics, and silencers, which we have to use in this case, will negatively impact ergonomics. So that's what you have to be concerned about. But otherwise, both of these guns meet the requirements of the weight. This one's lighter. Alright, so let's go through them. I actually can build a version of this gun that works using the stock. The stock that comes with it simply by adding the pad. Plus 5 ergonomics, minus 32 recoil, and then this adds more recoil reduction and a couple more points of ergonomics. However, if I use this pad, I will have to change around a lot of the other items here. So in this case, just to do it quicker, I replace the stock with either the Zenith PT1 and it needs a little mount, or the Zenit PT3 and it doesn't need a mount. Or does it need a mount? Yes, it does need a little mount. Either one of those works. The PT3 is actually a little bit better for ergonomics and for recoil reduction. For sighting, both of these options are almost the same. The ACOG has -2 ergonomics, but it does have a mount which has another minus, so it's actually -3. Its big concern would be weight. The Romeo will also work, and it has less weight, but the same -3 penalty. So either one of those will work. Pistol grip, I'm using exactly the same pistol grip here, which is the saw. As I showed you before, it has +11, and if you need more points, because you're building something else I'm not showing, and if you do find something, I can't go through every option to build this, but if you have some suggestions for the community, you can put it into the comments, and that might help somebody out. But here the AGS-74 does have a couple more points of ergonomics to help you out if you're struggling. Now, what else? Well, we did talk about you need a silencer. So in this case, the silencer you can get from Skier, -9 recoil, but it does negatively impact the ergonomics by 22. So if you're struggling for your ergonomics, that one does work with this build, which is using, actually I'll talk, the MOE foregrip. But it works there. If that doesn't work, you need a few more points off, then go to the hybrid. The hybrid is only -17 ergo instead of 22, and it has a half point more of recoil. The mount that you need for the hybrid doesn't do anything for the gun. So that's another option. Both of those silencers work. Here I have another foregrip that works, which is this one, which is AKM-L. But note its ergonomics boost is minor, and there's no recoil reduction from it. So I had enough. Like I said, the 500 for the recoil is pretty generous, so if I went with this foregrip, I probably am going to suffer from ergonomics. So I picked this handle that's available from Peacekeeper, and it's got +7 ergonomics. So that's another way. I'm trying to show you that there's alternate ways of completing the task. You can just play with what you got or find what's cheap. If you can't find something on the flea, there's other alternatives. So here there are 2 separate pistol grips that will work. There are 3 different foregrips that will work. There are 2 suppressors that will work. There's 2 sightings that will work. And there's 3 stocks that will work. You just have to balance things out. If you change the stock and try using the stock in the gun, you're probably going to need more ergonomics and you'd have to go here. But that's it. That's completion of the task. So I will hand this in, and I hope that's helped you out.